What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 7. This is lucky
How have
7.
we? How 7? How? Okay, I'll take
Yes,
it.
yes.
2
We're
months.
right. We are super excited to have you here. I'm Kari Lane, and my awesome co-host this way.
I'm Katie Cullen.
Yay!
Hey, we
We
every
did
time we're
it.
like, we have this
Yes,
figured out. One of us will eventually this episode go the wrong way
we're like,
because this
yeah.
is how we do.
It's mirrored, y'all. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer, some stuff we're currently watching, give you some recommendations, and go into all of that.
Yes.
And if you are joining us live, welcome. Comment in the live chat. We love having you live. And if it's not live, no worries. Comment down below. We love seeing the comments later as well. So,
Also, if you have read the Demon Slayer manga, we are commenting on the
yes.
latest episode of the anime only. Please no manga spoilers.
And well, actually, before we get into that real quick, let's talk about where to go. Things we are excited about, because that's what we like to start off with. Well, one thing I'm super excited about. I'm like, wait, let me safely pull this over. Got
Yeah.
this is, wait, there we go. And it's like an advent calendar. I'm like, that's so adorable. So this is the premium crate from Japan crate. Let me see if I can safely open this and not drop everything all over.
I mean, if you do, it makes good content.
Yes, so that's
Either
a
way.
pretty good thing. So they give you a flyer talking about all the yummy goodness inside. Don't worry, I won't make you watch all that. I was just showing you. Oh, and then look, they even have the happy holidays in the back. That's cute.
Oh.
So this, when you get the premium, you get all of this.
Oh
and then
my
they
God.
have different crates. They got mini, they have original, and then premium. So premium is, wait, there we go, mirror, all the things. So, and like Chris, one thing I'll feature, because I do love when they have their bonus. I'm like, it's going to be in the bottom. I'm going to look for it.
Just
I'm
upend
like,
the
of
box.
course. Yeah.
Upend the box.
Oh, there
content.
it is. I found it. Okay.
Hey.
Who doesn't love Kit Kat?
Oh my God. I'm gonna steal those from you.
Yes.
Because not only are they Kit Kat, they are milk tea Kit Kats, and that is a weakness.
Yes. And they always have a bonus item in the premium crate, and it's generally a really fun Kit Kat flavor. So I'm excited to try that. I'll send you some, Katie.
Yes.
And then also, who doesn't love a good beverage as well? This one's a coffee one.
Yes. Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, it's a afternoon tea. Oh, it's a royal milk tea as well. So
I'm stealing
on that trend. You're like, can I have
just gonna steal your whole crate?
Yes.
I'm gonna hamburglar you and just run by.
You're like, excuse me, send those my way. Yeah, so go check out Japan. Go check out Japan Crate for more information. You can follow them as well on social media. They post really fun posts as well of just like cool, yummy snacks from Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are an incredible snack box. Highly recommended. Do the thing. And then also, I believe they have a market where you can purchase items individually. Sugoi Mart, right?
Yes. So if you want a little more a la carte style, if you know you want a specific item, that is also cool as well. I've checked that out. I got like I think last time it was a Coca-Cola, an apple flavored something, and then like pineapple gummies. And I was like, yes, I want those. Thank you.
I'm just waiting for pineapple Calpico to come back around. If it ever does. It existed for a hot second in my life, and then it stopped, and I need it again.
We can always hope, but
yeah, the listing is still on Sugoi Mart. I'm on the please tell me if it restocks list.
Nice. And what's something you're excited about, Katie?
Oh my God. I think I'm excited about those Kit Kats.
You're like, yes, I want those.
I do. Oh, they look amazing.
Oh, and then they have a little thing on the back of like other flavors that exist too. So
I've actually bought those chocolate orange Kit Kats before, and those are also amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good. I guess I'm excited about Kit Kats today. I'm excited about Kit Kats. I'm excited about Portos. I'm excited about holiday baking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely stood in line for Portos today, and that was worth it.
If you are not from LA area or have not been there, Portos is an amazing Cuban restaurant, and it's just really good food.
They ship.
Multiple locations too.
They ship.
This is a good point.
You can obtain their pastries frozen and they ship, and then you just throw them in the oven yourself. The guava cheese pastries are amazing, as are the
Yeah,
cheese rolls, as are the potato balls. Love
potato
yourself.
balls, highly recommend.
Portos, man.
All right, thing I'm not excited about, but this will lead our transition, trust me. I was curling my hair and I gave myself a little Tanjiro,
Oh no!
little burn mark right there. And I'm like, ow, my little Tanjiro scar. I'm
It's
like,
okay,
ow.
just hide it with really heavy white makeup so no one can
Right?
tell.
Like our heroes do. Okay,
Wow.
what did you think of their undercover work?
It took me a minute to go, oh, this is why he was trying to bring girls with him. I get it now. Yikes! It the thing is, I read Memoirs of a Geisha in high school.
Really good book.
Very good book. Not an educational text. If I'm remembering this correctly, it was written by a white guy. That doesn't mean it wasn't. I don't remember correctly.
Entertaining book, anyways. But
oh
yes.
yeah, I was thinking of it, and then I failed to Google it before we got on the show. But it was not written by a Japanese woman, and so I don't know how accurate all of the information in it was. But a lot of what we saw in this episode with the girls being sold into servitude to pay off debt, and sometimes they would fall in love with someone and run away from their debt, and just things like that. Like, oh, that's like, oh yeah, that sounds familiar. I've gotten this information twice from two different fictional sources, so I'm assuming there's basis in fact. I'm not going to stand here and say I'm an expert or know everything about this, because I obviously do not. But yeah, I can see why they were worried about adapting this one for TV. Just in terms of the subject matter
did they
alone.
post? I'm afraid I missed the post. Did they post something saying they were where was it online saying they were concerned about adapting this one?
It was in the article that I read when we were talking about the season premiere, about how there was some worry about adapting this arc to TV because it's about the red light district and because of the subject matter. And they basically said, we're going to try to make it as true to the manga as we possibly can. We are not worried. It's like, but the conversation did come up though. And I appreciate that the conversation came up at all.
Well, it is interesting because it's like, I feel some people are going to be a little more oblivious, and I appreciate the humor in a way with, our two of our boys that are like, the what district? And one's like, we
knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. Tanjiro's a country boy, and Inosuke literally grew up in the woods.
Yes.
Boy was raised by boars.
And of course he's beautiful, and I like how that plays in, like that plant from early on when we meet him. Like as soon as I kind of got where they were going, I'm like, oh, he's gonna be perfect because he's just so pretty. But I appreciate that you cannot speak, your voice is too husky and deep, that your cover will be blown.
And you're bad at falsetto.
Oh, and their makeup was so horrendous that I'm like, I understand you're trying to look like ladies in this circumstance because you're going undercover. They're not actually trying to be women, because that's a whole other thing. And I'm like, I could see that's not what they're doing. They're just pretending to be there. And actually it's probably safer because the other girls do not, from back at the training facility, they don't seem ready to do this kind of intense undercover work. So yes, let's have our heroes that are strong who can do this, do it. But even Tanjiro, he's very pretty and cute, and I feel that they're on the younger end of like puberty, that like they don't look like men yet. So I thought it was cute. Little Tanjiro's bow, and Zenitsu's like,
I appreciate the, oh, you're solidly built. Oh, you're lifting a lot. It's like just they don't really have. And then Tanjiro being 100% unable to lie, and everyone
that was
buying
so funny.
it anyway. It's like, he's my sister. Like, okay, buddy. You all right?
A looser lie, you could say my cousin. I feel that'd be But still, man, he's like, I cannot lie. But yeah, Tanjiro, I feel there's a lot of yes. There was a lot of humor in this episode, I thought. They were very funny, and it was good because it didn't play to like silly or stupid humor for too long, because I mean, we're making fun of stuff and then like we move on. And I like that our flashy dude is just gorgeous when he takes his hair down and everything. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, did you see him? He's so pretty.
He looks
And
better that way.
he
looks
does.
so
I
much
like his
better
long
that way.
hair. Right?
It losing the starburst makeup over, or not quite a starburst because it
Oh,
all
yeah, a
ends
little
in like dots, but
The-
losing that makeup and just letting the hair down is like, oh,
Yep.
oh, in which I am reminded that my anime tastes run towards long-haired pretty men. Oh, I still don't like you, but damn.
I feel we're getting some more from him, which I like. But I did love the comments where or I'm blanking on his name right now, but
Zenitsu?
no, our flashy man.
Oh, I don't know.
I know.
The
It's that
god
kind of
of
night, guys.
festivals.
Yes,
The
I
god of
loved
festivals.
that conversation. That was super funny. And
So
how
good.
Inosuke is like, all right, I'm god of the mountains. What's up? And how they're so similar that it doesn't work. And Zenitsu's like, oh, MFG, you guys are exactly the same, delusional. And I'm like, yes, they are. And no wonder it doesn't work.
Zenitsu out here like, am I
Oh.
holding the brain cell? There's like
Yeah,
one
he's like-
brain cell here. Am I holding it? Oh no. Oh no, I cannot be trusted with this brain
Yeah.
cell.
Yes. And he's absolutely, our Zenitsu's extremely girl crazed. And he's like, there's pretty girls. Oh my gosh. And he cannot handle I was just like, but I did love the joke that it's like, you're too young for this. It drags him away.
Does everyone stay in the cart? Nobody stays in the cart.
No.
Just, I appreciated that once we were past attempting to kidnap a bunch of younger girls and into the more, you are now wrangling 3 teenagers in the red light district.
Who've never
luck.
been to even a big city or anything like that. There's so many people.
Yeah. And you got 2 people losing their minds for 2 completely different reasons.
Yes.
Like, I appreciate that we saw more of harried child wrangler.
Yeah. We got a shout out in the chat real quick. Giga Derek says, walking home right now, but hi, hello. Yay!
Stay safe, watch out for cars. Only one headphone in.
There you go. And thank you.
I'm that person.
Hey, you know what? Safer is better. Thank you for your comment, Giga Derek, on our previous video. And yes, if new people here, please comment down below. And we had it last time too, that comment. And if you have a good segment, you might be on our reshare of social media, because we had that before when we were talking about what is old school anime, which I like that I asked that question. Nobody actually, very few people on Twitter, people responded, but on TikTok, people just liked it. I'm like, you guys, this is a discussion. You can engage on this. I want to know your thoughts, but that's okay.
It's okay. We're just gonna like you from afar and be slightly
that's fine.
intimidated at how cool you are.
Yeah. This was my I'm like, yeah, so cool. It's so funny thing with having shorter hair, for anybody who's new here or new to following my social media exploits. I used to have longer hair, like Katie's hair, like way longer. And so long, gorgeous hair.
Yeah.
But also shout out to the short hair folks too. It's a newer thing, and I haven't worn a beanie with short hair. And I'm like, what do I do? I need to do a little something, otherwise it just disappears.
It's okay. I can't figure out a beanie with long hair. Everyone's like, it's beanie season. And I'm like, great.
Well, we got some dark humor then, Giga Derek. Hey now, said, I've been hit by enough cars. I'm good.
Oh, God.
We don't want anybody hit by any cars. No.
Please stay don't safe. Get hit by.
Yes.
No, thank you. Right. I've been in like 5 car accidents in my life. I'd like to be done with those.
Well, speaking of stressful, I would say it is stressful watching this show with the cliffhangers, because I'm like, damn, watching this weekly is so rough. I like that it ends kind of very like, dun, da, da. We're probably going to meet our first demon, and it's going to, so we've been introduced very briefly to the wives. We were discussing this, and if anybody does know more specifically, is that translation correct? Like, I feel, is he actually married to those people, air quotes, or is it part of an undercover thing, or is it just in title, like, you know, because I could see it as maybe like you're married by a definition, but it doesn't mean like they live together, they do things together. Like, what are we talking about that means? If you know, you may answer that question. Even if that gets ahead, please. We're just curious.
I mean, given the way Zenitsu reacted,
I thought it was like your partner. Yeah, but who knows?
But
Uh,
also, it's entirely possible that it's one of those things where it's so laden with context and
yeah.
cultural context especially, that it's a term that just does not translate directly into English, and so they went with the closest thing that would work. It's also entirely possible that he did use the Japanese word for wife, and I am attempting to ascribe meaning that is not there.
Well, Giga Derek says, as far as I can tell, 3 ninja wives.
And a
I'm
partridge in a pear tree.
hey,
Tis
I
the
would be
season.
curious to I'm curious how that like works out. And like, I mean, I figure we're gonna get more on the backstory, but we do see one of them very briefly at the end of the episode. I do like our moments where our heroes are like, I hear the name. That means they're here. And how convenient they all end up at the houses they need to be at. I do
I
love
don't think
okay.
that was convenient. I am absolutely certain that was on purpose
Mm-hmm.
because it's convenient that I don't think matron's the right word, but I don't have the right word, of one of the houses found Inosuke and said, I want this one, but specifically dropping off Tanjiro and Zenitsu to the other two houses, as far as I know, was planned.
Well,
Because
by
he was
our
talking about,
Hashira, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But that's what I meant. Like you were able to get in, but I guess he's just so glam. Everyone's like, yeah, sure. Um,
yeah. This
those,
very beautiful man is saying, please take this person off my hands. And you're like,
yes.
that's such a beautiful man. I want to do what he says. And
Uh,
anyone who plays a charisma class in D&D can tell you a high charisma score can get you more places than a set of lockpicks.
yeah.
It's
Uh,
wild.
I loved the matron where Zenitsu was. That's like, oh, I like her. She's trying to get back at the person who got rid
She
of her.
wants revenge. It's like, yes.
I thought that was so funny.
I
Oh, that
love
was
that she was like,
yeah,
obviously she's been in the game for a bit. She knows how
yeah.
these things are. She knows how these things look. So she's been around long enough to recognize, like, yeah, okay, that's this. But also, like, same page, different book.
Yeah, I
Because
love Zenitsu
Zenitsu,
rocking the shamisen too. I was like,
yes,
yes. Uh,
yeah.
Giga
So
Derek, good point. The gang gets sold into prostitution. Yes, I do like that.
I
That
need
is
to
very
see that
subtle
in,
because
yeah.
from what we've seen so far, that is exactly what was happening. That they
Oh,
are
yeah.
because I was like, yes, they're undercover, but until they get a client, we're gonna have a problem when they get a client because it's gonna be determined real quick that the client that's
Yeah.
not what they wanted.
I'm
Well, it might be what they
wondering
wanted, but that's a whole other thing.
I'm wondering if the show is even going to go that
Probably not.
far.
They're
Yeah,
just
I
gonna. I think
doubt
they'll
that.
be in the training air quotes phases for a while of
Yeah.
like you're not ready yet, and you'll just do other duties. Or Zenitsu, you're so ugly, we'll just have you clean or something like that. Which is
The
all.
omake at the end with the mirror just ended me.
Yeah.
Beautiful, very cruel, very funny.
Yes. There was something else too on that. So I liked all
Yeah.
those jokes. Oh, commentary on it, which is interesting because it is like amusing that everyone buys that they're young ladies. Which a couple of them are really pretty. That it's like, okay,
Yeah.
sure. But I do think it's also that time period where it's like you are wearing ladies' clothes. You are lady. You are wearing
Therefore,
men's clothes. You are man.
yeah.
Because I've seen another one. I'm totally blanking on the name of it, but it was another anime where it's feudal time period, and the girl dresses up as more like a ninja outfit to sneak somewhere, and people are like, "Oh, so it's a guy," and I'm like, "But
It's the Zelda
okay,
chic dichotomy.
yeah." It's like you just know,
You
yeah.
dress the
It's
part.
it's a Superman Clark Kent thing. It's a really subtle
Yeah.
difference, but
Yeah.
people, it's like poof over their head. Yep, yep.
Oh, I was going specifically for dressing the part.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
one of those that like something so little, it's like suddenly you're a new person. It's like because they wore pants. Okay.
I
For
don't know.
sure.
Pants make me feel like a new person.
Right. A good pair of pants. Yes.
Good.
Good pair of
All I
slacks.
want is pants. A decent pair of pants. Is that so much to ask?
Yes. Yes. Apparently it is.
Oh my God.
Um,
Points to anyone who gets the reference, though. That's an old one.
I was gonna say leave a comment down below. I'm afraid I'm not thinking of it just yet.
Yeah.
But well, nope, nothing yet. Uh anything else
Yeah.
specifically that stood out to you in this episode that we didn't talk about.
All I can say is we had better have like actual characterization for our trio of undercover ninja wives, because even just seeing them in the opening, I'm like, yes, hello. A shonen property doing more women and
Yes.
doing them well, hopefully. Yeah, so I'm here for it, but I really need the execution to be there, especially since
Yes.
Nezuko has mostly been Sir not appearing in this story for
Yeah.
most of this season.
Also because, well, we're only on episode 2, but also this is at
Technically, this
nighttime.
is episode 9. They're considering the Mugen Train arc as the first part of the season. This is episode 9 from the way they're numbering it.
Yeah, how they list it online is weird too, because they're not necessarily saying like season whatever. They're just like arc, this arc and that arc. I'm like, okay.
But we haven't had a heck of a lot
but
of
it's nighttime. Nezuko should be hanging out right now, and she would be great with the infiltration stuff. I mean, maybe this would be her mouth guard thing would just be a quirky aesthetic. You know,
maybe she's just chilling in the box because they can't take the risk. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I don't like when they just kind of put her in the corner and don't do anything. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Though, based on the opening theme song, I think she does more. And she's going to get more power stuff. I do like the new, because we didn't really see it last time because it was the first one. I do like the new closing. That does look really cool and exciting. I was like, ooh, the theme songs this year or this arc. I'm like, ooh, it's nice.
They're always fire.
Yes.
Like Demon Slayer has always picked fire for its opening and ending. Just seeing the little bits of backstory for our Hashira. I've been watching it with my roommate, and her comment is, they're showing us how they're going to emotionally manipulate us. And it's still going to happen, and I'm still going to fall for it. I'm like, yeah.
I was like,
look at his tragic backstory where everyone in his ninja clan got McMurdered. Yikes. Probably by a demon.
I was looking up that name right now because now I'm like, wait, I need to.
Because I honestly, at one point, my roommate called him not Rengoku, and that's just where my brain has been. There's a name there.
Tengen Uzio. Uzio? We'll just say Tengen. Tengen.
That guy.
Yes. I thought his name was something else, but okay. Let me see. Tengen.
Now there's a tragic backstory up in there somewhere. And
Tengen. Well, the other thing with him too is I feel he's gonna be like, for me, I feel like he's gonna be like Inosuke, where at the beginning I'm like, I don't know about you, and then it's like, oh, okay, there is that more information, character development that's like, okay, I actually really like you. Yeah. But
I mean, we'll see.
More engaging anyways.
And if we are dealing with a member of the upper six, which the theme, or the visuals in the opening theme tells us we are, then it's a coin flip on whether or not he makes it out of this one.
Oh, that's good.
So we'll see.
I guess so. Yeah.
I measure my shonen shows in, is this human gonna die?
Yes. I hope not. Yeah. Yes is. I feel that is the theme. No, I hope he doesn't die.
I feel like we can't keep killing Hashira right after we introduce
them.
I
feel that'd be too quick. Or, they'll get backup or the bad guy will slip away or something like that. Yeah.
And the show is better than that. I feel like there's more balance there, and it worked. I hate to say it worked well to do it with Rengoku, but it did because it made us really love him. And also, that's when we really understood the stakes as to what a member of the upper six brings to battle.
Yes.
So, like, we get it now. We need to not murder everyone right away. Cool.
And this
if he dies at the end of this arc, I'm going to just laugh. Like, all right, pass, Katie. No.
They're all doing their missions, but they need to go in pairs. Buddy system, please. Like,
the idea is that they're strong enough that they don't need it.
Well,
it's just that
otherwise.
Yeah. It's the upper six are, I don't want to say they're outliers and shouldn't be counted because they're going to be our big villains for a while.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a Hashira can handle just about anything that comes their way solo. Again, we had Rengoku protecting the entire train from the demon who decided to be a train.
Well, fuse with the train, but yes. Sure, but it's a train.
I think I can. Thomas the Demon
Oh.
Engine. Okay.
Well, looking ahead, Giga Derek points out the title of the very first episode was Cruelty. So I've expected nothing less since.
The show out
Too
here,
true.
like, we told you.
Too true.
We told you.
Yes. 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 Yes.
We literally told you what was gonna happen.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It makes me so like, yeah.
One fear, and that fear is this whole show.
I know. We're just concerned for everybody.
Just, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else before we move on to other things that we've watched and would want to recommend to people?
No, I think that's pretty.
All right.
I think we've covered everything.
Yes. Well, quick shout out to our previous episode, and a huge thank you to our previous guest, Alex Fun David. If you missed our episode, go check that out. It was really fun. We talked about Sword Art Progressive, the new film, and if you want to know some kind of like cool backstory on the film and some of the changes that were made, Alex talked about that. So go watch that. And again, thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
And right now we'll get into what are some things we have watched and you should check out, not necessarily anime related, but possibly. Katie, did you have anything you've watched recently you want to let people know about or read?
I've just been replaying Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
That's where I've been, and that it's so good, you guys. I forgot how much I missed it.
What would you say to someone
good the
who's
writing is?
Okay, what would you say to someone who's never played it to get them to play that game?
Play Kingdom Hearts 1 first.
Fair? Okay.
Generally speaking, 2 is the superior game in terms of mechanics. It will make a whole lot more sense if you have 1 under your belt.
Okay.
But just, guys, it's Square Enix and Disney. It's a very good time.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I feel there's some footage out there of you playing one of the games.
There is. There definitely
somewhere
is.
out there.
There's footage of me at Anime Expo losing my noise over the KH3 demo. And then there is an extensive Let's Play of KH2 that I did with a friend that lives in the recesses of my YouTube channel still from a solid decade ago, I think.
Oh.
And it's been about that long since I played the game, but it's a good time.
Is it
It's just a good time. It is a JRPG, action adventure, not turn-based. And you're trying to save the worlds from darkness with our original character, Do Not Steal, Sora, and the help of Donald, who's been classed as a mage, and Goofy, who's been classed as a knight. Kingdom Hearts is one of those series that is going to live in my heart forever, and every time they announce new content, I will be there with bells on, super excited, even if that new content winds up not... Yeah, exactly. Even if it winds up not quite living up to the pedigree that the series has. Everyone takes a moment to stare at KH3, and then we come back. But 2 is just... For me, it's not the best game, but it is my favorite game in terms of balancing the overarching storyline with things happening in the Disney storylines, in terms of mechanics, in terms of the worlds that you see, the characters you run into, etc. 2 is definitely my favorite, and replaying it has brought me much joy.
How is the replayability? Because you've already played it through. I mean, it's been some time, but still.
I'm having a good time. Again, it's been a decade, so there are points where I'm like, oh yeah, this is the part where this happens, or that was easier than I remember, or why am I dying on this part? It didn't used to be that hard.
Giga Derek has a comment for you of saying, for first-time players, never expect Donald to heal you.
Yeah, for first-time players, go into customize and then change the settings so that he does that. You can change the settings to change how Donald and Goofy behave so that they support you more. Because it doesn't matter if they go down, they have auto revive. But if you go down, it's game over.
Good to know.
I was going to say party mechanics.
I was saying this is stuff you should check out, but I feel this is a more appropriate category of gaming.
Yeah.
We also cover gaming stuff on this show, so welcome if you're into gaming things.
Yeah. There's going to be more of that once Overwatch League starts up again, but I don't know when that's going to be. like another 4 months maybe. We'll find out.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is just bringing me joy this holiday season, and really any season, but right now it's a holiday season, so that's when it's bringing me joy.
That's fair. All right. Stuff you should check out. Finally got around to watching Jumanji, the live action. It's very fun. If you like the ride, go watch the movie. It's just very lighthearted popcorn film.
Jumanji?
I'm so, Jungle Cruise, the other J.
Oh!
Thank you.
It was like, they're all live
When I
action
see it,
films,
the other
and there's
J.
3 of them. Where is there a Jumanji ride? Can I go there?
Yes, you have to roll the dice and go into the game.
Oh God! Until someone else rolls a 6 or 8. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Jungle Cruise. Anyway, you know what's funny? I had actually think when I had thought about it ahead of time, I think I had thought, oh, I froze there. Oh, okay. I think I had actually thought Jumanji as well for Jungle Cruise. I'm like, they're both J's. J-U's.
Depending on which Jumanji you pick, they both star The Rock.
This is true. That too. Anyways, Jungle Cruise.
Really good, though.
Yes. I did like the sequel with The Rock of Jumanji. Yeah. That was very entertaining.
Yes.
They updated it well for a modern context. So the Jungle Cruise movie, if you like the Jungle Cruise ride, it's a very fun movie. They make a lot of jokes about it and kind of meta jokes about it, which I really appreciate. Which also, side note on that, speaking of Disney rides, if you're a fan of the Haunted Mansion Muppets movie is so fun. They make fun of the ride in a good way, like from people who actually really enjoy it. Like they make fun of how it stops. They make just other things. So I do appreciate when they do that. So I'm Jungle Cruise.
Waldorf heckling people from a Doom buggy.
Yes. So good.
Amazing.
But yes, Jungle Cruise was entertaining. I got caught up on the first 4 episodes of Hawkeye. It is cool. My only, not really like complaint, but a little bit like, there is a deaf character who does ASL, and they will have close-up shots of them, and you can't see the hands enough. And I mean, I don't know ASL, but I'm interested in learning it, and I pick up things here and there of trying to learn. And so I'm just like, I can't see. I'm like, show me, because I feel Eternals did a better job showing them signing, and or it was on the person saying what they said, and you could still kind of see it. And I don't feel Hawkeye did some of that. And I did see somebody on Twitter being like, a meme of, you're trying to watch when it's like these extreme close-ups, and I get it. I get you want that dramatic moment, but maybe do it after they finish signing, and then you can get that close-up. But I want to see what they're doing. So
yeah,
but otherwise, I'd say it's a really fun show, and I do like it. And one more, finally checked out the first episode. I finally got caught up on something.
I was going to say, I have another one when you're done, because it's seasonally appropriate.
Oh, yay. Okay, well, the one real quick is I watched the first episode of Cowboy Bebop, the live action, and all the haters need to shush. I just watched the entire anime series, so it is very fresh in my memory what the anime is like. And that was the first time I watched all the way through. This is a semi-little rant, because I'm like, oh, calm down. Watching the live action, I'm like, absolutely, this is exactly the vibe the show was. There's so many moments of like, yes, the characters, the vibe, the relationships, the look of it. I'm like, yes. There are changes. Yes. Do I want Faye's hair more purple? Yes. But you know what? And maybe Spike's hair a little more fluffy, but I can deal with it. Most of the changes I feel make sense in making into a real life situation and kind of being a little more in real life versus the cosplay version that a lot of the Japanese versions do, which I do love those as well. Shout out, I think Ace Attorney did the coolest like hair cosplay. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what they look like. But anyway, I would check it out. I recommend checking it out. If you've never watched the anime, it is fun. I mean, I'll come back when I've watched more of it. But the first episode, so fun. It's exactly the same vibe. I don't understand why people are hating on it so much. I want to say it's people's memory. It's your fondness of how you remember it being. But if you go back and watch it right now, it's pretty much the same thing in a cool way. But it's just they make changes, of course, storytelling wise, because like they move things around, but
Yeah.
calm down, people. Don't be hating on it. Don't yuck on other people's yums, okay? There we go.
There is a
End rant.
conversation to be had
Yeah.
about live action anime adaptations. Yeah.
Gigadare said I shall say stush. And also sorry, one more quick thing on that. I'm like, I don't recall where this was exactly, but I think I was talking on something else with a voice actor. But the idea is you can dislike something, but constructive criticism is far more beneficial to everyone versus I hate it, it sucked. But if you're like, oh, the costuming, you didn't like how that was changed because it seems whatever. Like if you have an explanation, far better. Also, don't be yelling at the actors and whatever. Like so much of that is not their decision.
Oh my
Same thing,
God.
voice actors. Like there's constructive versus hate. Oh, it was with my chat with Jeremy. So you can go see that on my Instagram. We did talk about how you can dislike something and not hate it. And there's a big difference. And too many people on the internet just like rage hate online. And you're like, we don't need that. Okay.
It's no fun building your personality on that. That's
Yes.
not a fun personality. It's not fun to interact with. You're allowed to dislike things, but don't make it someone else's problem.
Yes, exactly.
And I've talked at length about this on other mediums, on other platforms. Yeah,
it's like
there's a little song going around that you can find, and it's basically it's okay to not like things, but don't be a dick about the things you don't like. Just like
and mic drop. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, one last one for the season. If you haven't seen Muppet Christmas Carol, go see Muppet Christmas Carol. It's on Disney Plus. It's not difficult to find. I'm sure there's still DVD Blu-rays available. It's so good. It is, as far as I'm concerned, fight me on this one, the definitive adaptation of Christmas Carol. It's very good. The music is on point. The music with Muppets is always on point. And
Michael Caine interacting with Muppets, he's chef's kiss of he's so great of you believe it. You're like, yes, he believes they're real.
And if you have the DVD, there's a behind the scenes just commentary track. The commentary track is fascinating because part of it is acting choices and part of it is just the mechanics of how they shot the scene using the Muppets and how did they have to do this. And, oh, this scene took 35 tries to shoot because it never really worked out, but we finally managed to get one. Like, if you've seen it a bazillion times like I have, get your hands on the commentary track. That's also a very good time. And if you've never seen it before, it's on Disney Plus. Do the thing. Enjoy the movie. It's very good. And Michael Caine just straight up kills it as Ebenezer Scrooge. So good.
Makes me want to rewatch it. And I did see it on a recent like underrated Christmas movies you maybe haven't seen thing of like they were pointing about that. We are keeping it nice and tight today of short. So we are going to be wrapping it up. If you've been watching anything fun, holiday related or not, or new anime or old, please comment down below. Again, I'll ask the question of what are some old school anime you enjoy? Please comment down below. And old school can be a very broad term, or also answer that question. What do you consider old school anime?
Yeah. I'm going to go with best Christmas episodes.
Oh, yes. Leave those down below.
For anything. Yes. Doesn't have to be anime.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Good. There's so many Christmas episodes of stuff out there. Alrighty, Katie, where can people find you online?
You can find me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaje. And that is, hey, I managed the thing. Correct side. Go me. That's all there. My commentary on replaying Kingdom Hearts 2 is on my Twitter, as is my Adagio Advent calendar. So if you want to hear me talk about tea and or Kingdom Hearts pretty much every day, that's what it is right now.
Very cool. Everybody, I gotta love some tea. So, you know,
they're so good.
I'm into that. Yes.
Some of them like, good and, yeah, some of them are great. Some of them haven't been.
I put my hand up and it was like perfectly over the names. I'm like, yes, I did it without even trying. I want to grab one more Gigadera comments and been watching Tact New, I think. I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah. Yes, y'all can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE across all the social media things. Instagram, there's interviews with voice actors. Also here on the FANVERSATION channel, go check out. I have an interview with director Kirby Atkins, who did the directing for Mosley. So you can watch that, which is a new animated film that's available on VOD now. Yeah, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all those things. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, joining us live, or if you watch it later, no worries. We still love you. All right, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.